Okay, we've talked a lot about improving leadership. Let's do a quick debrief. The third key point is for you to do a debrief or a post-mortem after each successfully completed project. Debriefing is the most powerful learning tool to recap everything that you've learned. Debriefing is done by evaluating a recent project. Key areas to look into are reflections of what has been done, insights with the aim of that project towards the future, linking the challenge with the actions and how similar projects can be done more effectively in the future. Debriefs are important after your projects to identify gaps and insights as preparation for future projects. So in this stage, it's essential that your project team prepare a list of gaps during the project. There are two ways that you can go about this. The first is to identify the current gap that the project team detected and how to close that gap in the future. The second is to identify potential gaps in the future. An example is if you hear that your competitor is introducing a faster product sometime in the future, you might conclude that this could be significant to your business. Next part is to arrange a meeting session with your team. Now, this is critical because your project team may have things that they might want to point out, which are actually critical but not noticed during the project. Imagine skipping out on such a debriefing session and starting right away on the next project. Not only would it cause the same mistake to be made over and over again without anyone realizing, but your project team may be demoralized and further risking the projects in the future because of low morale. Therefore, it's your core role in these meetings to be a facilitator and to lead by conducting the session without bias, regardless of any employee's rank and regardless of what they say. The following questions are designed to facilitate insights from your team. What happened? What should have happened instead? What did we learn? How can we improve? What are the action plans for this session? At the end of the session, you'd have an action plan that the team can execute to improve on any aspects where there's a gap. Improving leadership, culture. If you happen to always end up with a poor performing team, let me tell you why. And it's a hard truth. The problem lies not with your employees, but with your lack of leadership skills. Sometimes your team can be excellent in performing their tasks, but there may be some aspects that you haven't really addressed or that have been overlooked that the performance does not reflect in the result. If you're facing this problem, there are three key points in managing and building an A team. The first one is creating culture. Culture is important as it sets the context and tone of the company. It governs mindsets, attitudes, and behaviors, which ultimately influence your sales and profits. If the company runs on a low energy level and your employees rarely converse with one another, what do you think the result would be? Well, definitely the result of the work becomes mediocre over time. To cultivate a high-performance work culture, you need to set rules, often referred to as a code of honor. You can do this by gathering the team and listing down the desired attributes, attitudes, behaviors, and results that would require the team to practice excellence and achieve your company's goals. The code itself is a list of guidelines that helps the team perform well under an effective leadership. Examples of the code of honor items are playing 100%, never leaving a teammate behind, always expressing gratitude, or always learning, to suggest a few. Filter out the unnecessary ones and then boil it down to a list of about 8 to 10 rules. Put them into practice and uphold them to the highest level to set the team into high performance gear. An example of a rule that I personally live by, rule number 1, commit to learning and personal development every day. Let's talk about how to project your income. Before you set up a team, you need to estimate your cash flow. Without having any idea of how much money your business can generate, it's almost impossible to accurately plan your business ahead and prepare for the tough times that may befall your outfit. Fortunately, predicting how much you can earn is not difficult. You can estimate how much your first year revenue is by calculating how much money you can potentially earn. If your company isn't generating as much as what you've estimated, take it as a sign for you to tweak your plans. When you're at the helm of your business, it's very important to remember that a healthy business has a healthy stream of income. Predicting how much we'll earn in the future is not easy, but there is a way by projecting your income. So, how do we do it? First, list down your current average earnings of 3 months and multiply them by 12 months. The amount you get will be your estimated annual sales. Secondly, subtract the total cost of production of the year to get the gross profit of your company. Third, to get the company's net profit before taxes, subtract the company's operating costs from the gross profit. The costs that will be incurred include employee's salary, payroll, overhead cost, rental, etc. And after that, you'll need to further subtract the income tax from this. Taxes vary from country to country and from state to state, so I suggest that you should find the percentage of income taxes in your country to know your business net profit. Welcome back. In this video, we'll be focusing on how to scale and manage your business. You'll also be looking at how to gain exceptional levels of income in the long run continuously. Excellent businesses have an edge which allows them to get ahead of the race. This advantage is called timing. Timing is the ability to select the precise moment for doing something for optimum effect. In this case, timing is the ability to gauge how much time you or your team need to get certain things done. You'll come to a stage where your schedule has reached its maximum capacity and you'll need to balance your time between looking for new business versus having quality time with the people who matter to you. For example, if you have a new project which has a very set fixed deadline, how do you manage the allocation of work among your team? Do you simply delegate all of the work using a top-down method? Or do you take a really good look at the work required for the project and instead adjust the work needed and shave off things that don't need to be done? At this stage, you'll have gained some insights on how to generate new leads and manage existing clients. Instead of engaging in a one-man show, a better approach will be to set up a team to execute delivery while you focus on generating sales, marketing, and generating new leads, pitching, and networking. To do that, you need to be working on your business rather than in your business. Okay, let's talk about how to leverage and optimize your company. The next question you need to answer is how to increase revenue with the same amount of time and effort. You can do it by means of leveraging and optimizing your company. Leveraging your business means using your resources to their optimum advantage for improved results. One big question that you need to ask to leverage is this: am I using all of my resources to their best advantage? Do I still have backseat roles in my team which don't really contribute to anything? Do I really need these backseaters to complete projects or tasks? If you answered no or maybe, your business is ripe for leveraging on your existing talent pool and optimizing your team size so there are no backseats. Companies which can achieve more results with fewer resources are great examples of leveraging. One example is Brand A, which produces higher quality vehicles even though Brand B spends more on research. An African proverb says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, you need a team. Many businessmen struggle in their businesses because they try to do everything themselves. Some result in hating the entire process because they end up performing tasks which are not their field of expertise, such as production or operations. Some end up having to work extra hours unnecessarily. And the irony here is that they build a business with the purpose of having more free time and achieve financial freedom, yet they get swallowed up and chained to the business. What you need here is actually a team which can execute the more operational and technical aspects of the company. This way, you'll have so much more time working on your business, not in it, which includes strategic planning and direction.